A lawmaker faces removal from her committee seats after spreading conspiracy theories and questioning school shootings. In this week's Top 5. Welcome to Know This. Let's count down and get to the biggest stories you need to know. Starting at number 5, the United Kingdom paused this week to honor the British hero who raised millions for charities during the pandemic lockdown. United Kingdom clapped for Captain Sir Tom Moore on Wednesday, who passed away earlier in the week at the age of 100. He was battling pneumonia after testing positive for COVID-19 last month, according to his family. Affectionately known as Captain Tom, he won the hearts of people around the world last year when he set out to walk 100 laps through his garden to raise money for COVID-19. His videos went viral and he raised nearly £33 million, or $45 million. The efforts of the World War II veteran were so widespread that it caught the attention of the Queen of England, who knighted him in a special ceremony last summer. At number 4, Myanmar's progress towards democracy took a step back this week after the military staged a coup. On Sunday, armed forces took control of the government and declared a state of emergency for the next year. The TV and radio stations were cut off, as was access to internet. Party leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi was arrested the same day, along with several other government officials. They charged her with having walkie-talkies in an effort to give legal justification to her detainment. Aung San Suu Kyi became the de facto leader in 2015 after years of house arrest, and the election was heralded as a beacon of democracy. Her party then won again this past November, but the military has since made unfounded claims of voter fraud. Experts suspect that her overwhelming win worried military leaders about losing power. The Nobel Peace Prize laureate saw her pro-democracy reputation tarnished a couple years ago when she refused to condemn the genocide of Rohingya Muslims. Hundreds of thousands of members of the minority group were forced out of the country by the military to seek refuge in Bangladesh in 2016 and 2017. As for the coup, world leaders are calling for the leaders to be released from detainment and for the situation to be de-escalated. President Biden said he'll review sanctions on Myanmar. Number 3, as the rate of COVID-19 infections declines, the focus turns to ramping up vaccinations and making testing more accessible. The United States passed a significant milestone in the fight against COVID-19 this week. More Americans have received at least one dose of the vaccine than Americans who have contracted the illness. 1.3 million Americans are receiving a shot daily, suggesting that the country could be reaching Biden's goal of 1.5 million doses distributed a day very soon. To further increase those efforts, the Biden administration said that they would be shipping 1 million vaccines a week directly to more than 6,000 pharmacies across the country. And FEMA's been tapped to help out. The Federal Emergency Management Agency said it's setting up vaccination sites in at least 11 states. The Biden administration also cut a deal to increase at-home COVID-19 testing, buying 8.5 million rapid tests from an Australian company that promises results to your smartphone in 15 minutes. At number 2, the House faces a vote on whether to remove Republican representative and conspiracy theorist Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committee seats. The freshman lawmaker from Georgia faced expulsion from her seat on the House Education and Labor Committee after she said that school shootings like Parkland and Sandy Hook did not happen. But the conspiracy theories did not stop there and were wide-ranging. But when it came to school shootings, lawmakers on the committee said that there was no room for someone who questioned the death of students.
This committee is tasked with trauma-informed practices, with school climate and physical environments. If we have someone on the committee who we have to first prove that these things are even happening, how can we work together as a body to come up with solutions? While I respect the fact that the people in Georgia sent her to Congress, this is not the appropriate committee for her.
Before the vote, she spoke on the House floor, seemingly reversing some of her prior statements, but playing herself the victim of cancel culture. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle spent the week trying to reckon with her and get her to apologize. But she was not the only one in the Republican Party this week that was facing a confidence vote by her own colleagues. Liz Cheney, the number 3 Republican from Wyoming, faced a secret ballot vote Wednesday night on whether she could keep her position after she voted to impeach President Trump. She won the vote by a wide margin. And at number 1, President Biden signed executive orders focusing on immigration this week and created a task force to reunite separated families. The order signed Tuesday instructs the Department of Homeland Security to explore the logistics of how to bring children back together with parents they were separated from when arriving at the U.S. border under the Trump administration. The order instructs DHS to review Trump's migrant protection protocols, which require asylum seekers to wait in Mexico for the duration of their immigration proceedings. Overseeing these changes will be newly confirmed Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He's the first Latinx man and first immigrant to hold the position, bringing his personal history to the role. He was brought to the United States by his Jewish parents from Cuba, his mother a refugee who had escaped the Holocaust. Hours after receiving his confirmation, he told CNN how hearing stories of family separation had affected him.
I have not heard before a pain as acute and heartbreaking as that. And it is our commitment to make sure that pain is not felt again.
Mayorkas is a former federal prosecutor from California and is not a stranger to the agency he now presides over. He helped the Obama administration create the DACA program, which offers a pathway to citizenship to young dreamers who were brought to the United States. That program was reinstated on Biden's first day in office. That's this week's Top 5. What was the biggest story for you? Tell me in the comments below, and be sure to follow our page for more news. We'll see you right back here next time for more news you need to know.